Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going over all of the 5th grade homeschool curriculum that we are using this year. Hi, I'm Mallory and I've been homeschooling for 8 years now and I have 3 boys, and today I'm showing you everything that I'm using for my middle son who's in 5th grade this year. So I will go over the subjects that he does independently and then end with the subjects that we do together as a family. The first thing that we used is teaching textbooks Math 5, and I just did a whole video just about this curriculum. So if you're interested in seeing that, then I will link it above and you can check that out. And I will also put the link if you want to try this curriculum. You can try 15 lessons for free, any level. So I will put that link down below if you're interested in that. So language arts is several different subjects. So we use different curriculum for all of those different components. But our main one is the Good and the Beautiful. So this year we are using the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts Level 4. And this curriculum is really great because it encompasses a lot of different subjects all in one. So just at a glance, it covers reading, literature, spelling, writing, punctuation, vocabulary, geography, art appreciation, art instruction, grammar, and usage. So the spelling and the writing component is a separate book than this one that I actually did not order because we are using something different for those, which I'll go over in a minute. If you buy this regular course book along with the spelling and writing book and these readers, so you have a world biographies reader and just a level 4 personal reader, then you can do all of those subjects, no problem. One of the differences between level 3 and level 4 is the amount of parent involvement. So level 3 had a lot of parent involvement, whereas this one, the parent-teacher instructions are here, and then the student starts their stuff here, and they've got all of this to do independently, and then you as the parent just come and double check their work. That's good. That fosters a little bit more independence and maybe frees you up a little bit more as a parent. So the instructions for the parent teacher here, it has a word, linguist, and so the child needs to read that, and if they don't know what it is, they might have to look it up in a dictionary, and then work on the challenging sentence climb in your workshops book for 2 to 4 minutes. I didn't buy the workshops book, which has the spelling and the writing component. However, I just printed that part out, and if you did not know this about the Good and the Beautiful curriculum, you can actually download completely for free the levels all the way up to, it's kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade, which is crazy. Nobody else does that. No other curriculum companies do that I know of. So you can definitely download it and then print it yourself and then either have it bound somewhere or bind it yourself. And that is a whole rabbit trail. Like, people get really into the binding methods and coils and all of these things, and that's not my jam. I like to just buy it already ready, open and go. So in this instance, I was able to download what I needed and just printed it out. So that's what the challenging sentence climbs look like. So they focus on one page, and once they've mastered all of these sentences, then they can go to the next one. And they're really cute. They have these little houses that correspond to what country they're doing. So like this one is Canada, this one is Belgium. So that might be a house that you could find in Belgium, South Africa. So I love that kind of stuff. So after you do that part together, then it talks about sentence diagramming, which if the child has done level 3, they've done some of this already. And then on this one, they can add missing subjects, adverbs, and adjectives. Homophones over here. My 5th grader loves homophones and he's so good at it. It's really funny. Quotation, punctuation, periods, review on adverbs. And then they prompt you to do the writing workshop. We're not doing that, so I'll have them do the other writing program. And then they encourage you to read 20 minutes or more from the Good and the Beautiful book list. I actually require him to read for 30 minutes. I don't necessarily use their book list, although they do have excellent book lists if you need some ideas. But we use a combination of books that we have at home. So we have this Tuttle Twins collection that covers a lot of different things. So it's conservative Christian books that touch on things such as government and business and things like that. So if you're not conservative or Christian, these may not be the best selection for you. We also have a pretty large selection of these classic start books, which I love. So we've got The Time Machine, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Journey to the Center of the Earth, The Wind in the Willows, Gulliver's Travels, The Story of King Arthur and His Knights, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, The Call of the Wild, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Robinson Crusoe. Those are just the ones that we own, so you can actually find quite a few more probably on Amazon or at your local library. But my boys love those, and I like it too because it's like a gentle introduction to some of those classic stories, because if you were to pick up the original stories, which are very well written, but it can be a little intimidating, especially if you're still in grade school. So I really like that it introduces them to those books, but in language that's easier to understand, so that later they might want to read the full version when their vocabulary and their reading skills have increased, and they maybe won't feel so intimidated by reading them because they're already kind of familiar with the premise of the story. And another collection that I love for this age is the Who Was and What Were, because we just had 9/11, is about the Twin Towers, and it just goes on, these collections. And my boys just love these, and it gives them a little touch of history as well. And I recently saw at Costco, they had some boxed sets of these. So you might want to check Costco online or your local Costco to get that boxed set, because I think it would be a great addition to your library at home. Okay, so that basically takes care of reading and grammar and independent reading. For spelling, we use All About Spelling. So he's doing All About Spelling level 4 this year, and I just highly recommend it. I've talked about it in probably all of my videos, but it uses the Orton-Gillingham method. So it uses a logical way of learning and mastering English as opposed to just trying to memorize how to spell things correctly, because when you know the rules, then it makes it a little easier to learn how to spell. Otherwise, you literally have to memorize how to spell every single word to spell them correctly. So I like this method a little bit better. But basically it uses these cards. So you have phonogram cards. That's just like this. You'll see 1 or 2 letters on a card and you just say as in first. So then they have to memorize the different, because there's different ways to spell So in this one, it gives them an example. And then sound cards, I could dictate the sounds E-A, and then the student is supposed to write E-A on their paper, because they know that that phonogram E-A can be said any of those 3 ways. So phonogram cards, you show it and they say it. Sound cards, I say it, they write it. Key cards, I ask them, I kind of quiz them on whatever it says. So like this one says, use the drop the E rule when you add a consonant suffix or a vowel suffix. The answer is a vowel suffix. And then there are word cards. You'll get typically 10 of these for each step, and it is mastery based. So if your student got 10 words that week and they still didn't get like 2 of them right, then you can keep those in the review folder so that next week they will review those on top of the 10 new ones. And then once they master them, then you can put it in the mastery folder, and then you can just review the mastered every so often. So I just really like this. I've seen really good progress with both of my older boys with this program. And I kind of wish I would have stuck with it with my oldest, because I started with it and then it seemed like a lot to do both All About Reading and All About Spelling. But now I don't think that anymore. I think it's perfect. It's the perfect amount. And I'm still using that with my 8th grader. I'm still using All About Spelling. I believe level 7 is the last level of All About Spelling. So I don't know what we're gonna do with spelling after that. I remember doing spelling all the way into high school. Like apparently we need it that long. So for writing, since we don't do it with Good and the Beautiful, we are using IEW. So this is Structure and Style for Students level 1A. And it comes with, you can choose either CD-ROM or an online video streaming, and you have like lifetime membership to access those videos. So they watch a video and then it walks them through what they're supposed to do. So this is more essay type writing, and they have a source text. So they have a nonfiction story, but they're very engaging and very funny. And my boys just love it. It keeps them entertained. And Andrew is very funny in his videos. Otherwise, my boys wouldn't like it, but neither one of them complain about doing writing. I think they actually like it now, thanks to Andrew and this curriculum. So basically, they have a source text. They read the source text, and then they create an outline, a keyword outline from that, and then they write a rough draft. Then they bring it to me to edit, and then they write their final draft, and they just gradually walk them through how to write better. So they have banned words so they can think of stronger words and stronger verbs, and trying to be more descriptive and use transition words. And they make some really cool tools too, like trifolds that you can unfold, and they have like a list of adjectives and adverbs, what you can say instead of saying said. So these little extra tools I think really help with their writing. So I highly, highly recommend this curriculum. We love it so much better than the regular IEW that doesn't have the videos. We just weren't really into it. And now with the videos, I don't have to do it. And then my boys can watch a video. They're not waiting for me while I'm helping another child with another subject. So they can pretty much do it independently. They'll just ask me every once in a while, okay, does this sound okay? Or how do I spell this? Or what do you think of this, Mom? Just to bounce ideas off of me. And I absolutely don't mind doing that. So I'm there to help them. But they pretty much are teaching themselves through this curriculum how to write, and I've seen amazing progress. And I also use the grammar for my older son. So if you're looking for grammar, if you're not going to go with the all-encompassing good and the beautiful, their Fix It Grammar program is excellent. Okay, so one more thing that my son does independently, and that is this Bible study. So you've probably heard me talk about community Bible study, and we do that as a family. And so I go to my mom class, and then they go to their classes, and it's broken up by age group, and it's fantastic. So we're all reading the same Bible passage at the same time so we can discuss, but it's all at our various levels. So this is the upper elementary. This is broken up into 5 days. You do have to be a part of a community Bible study in order to get this. We really love this curriculum, and this is also language arts practice because reading the Bible is challenging, and then answering questions about what you read is practicing another skill, and obviously character building. So I really like this, and we count it as part of our school because I think it's important. And for science, you might be wondering why I'm not showing any science. That is actually because they are doing science in their co-op this year. That part is being completely delegated. Plus, we have a ton of KiwiCo kits that they do whenever they want to at home, and they're building Legos. And my son's also very much into coding, so that's kind of in that STEM arena. As a family, we do a morning devotion. So we have been going through the Who is God book, and there's a series of 4 books. This is the second one, Who Am I? So we'll be doing this one after we finish up Who is God. We're almost finished with it, but I put that on pause because I got this, which is called My Brother's Keeper, a biblical study on loving your siblings. So this is from Not Consumed. This is my first product from Not Consumed. And so I just wanted to kind of try it out. They have so many different Bible studies on their website, and let's be honest, I got a little out of control with adding things to my cart, and then I was like, okay, I should probably pare it down. I wanted to just try one study, see how it goes before I order a bunch. But so far, I really like it, and this is just the parents edition. They have ones for all different levels of kids, but because we are doing the community Bible study book, and they are doing a lot of homework for that, I didn't want to add more to them. So this is just kind of a discussion-based thing. So I will read the prompts and ask them questions. So we'll have discussion, and we'll read the passage usually while they're having breakfast. And we have some really good conversations with that. And I ordered a Christmas one that I'm really excited to do this year. I was looking for something and I never ended up ordering anything last year, so I'm really looking forward to trying their Christmas study. And then we're also doing history as a family. So I picked up, because I love their science, so I figured I would like this as well. This is The Good and the Beautiful U.S. Constitution and Government. So this is for grades 4 to 8. So my little one who's in kindergarten is on the younger side, so he kind of just plays with his Legos or toys while we're doing this and scribbles on paper or whatever to kind of keep him busy. But hopefully he's absorbing just by listening. I did kind of prep this ahead of time. There's not a whole lot of prep, but I did tear out sheets and cut and things like that ahead of time. And they actually have this on their website the last time I checked for free. So you can just download it and print it for free, which is crazy. But you know how I like to just buy stuff already put together. So this covers all kinds of things like different bills, different acts, how a bill becomes a law. It shows like this little chart about the courts and appeals and Supreme Court justices and state trials, appeals, all that kind of court process. And it has, you know, some of our founding fathers information in here. And it also goes into primary and secondary sources and the importance of knowing the difference, and also just knowing when you can trust information that you're getting, because we are bombarded with information in the information age. I just really wanted to focus on, you know, how did this country come to be? And how do I know when something is the truth and when it's not the truth? And is there more to the story? If we don't know our history, we're bound to repeat it, right? I bought the teacher book. I bought 2 of the student journals for my kids. So the student journal is like, this thing is Declaration of Independence, the founding fathers, and slavery. How is the U.S. Constitution organized? An overview of the articles, separation of powers, checks and balances, legislative, judicial, executive, because my kids haven't learned any of this yet. So Bill of Rights, all these things that they really need to know, all of us should know. And then they have these history case files, which are interesting. So I'm really excited to use this curriculum. For this to last the year, we only have to do it once a week. Will we only do it once a week? I don't know. If we do it more than that and we get through it faster, then we'll add something else. But I also think that we can take this as a spine and just dive deep. So if we want to pick up some historical books about some of these people that we're talking about, if it kind of strikes interest with my kids, because we are not constrained to doing this like 5 days a week, like we have the flexibility to just go pick up some library books and really dig deep where they're interested in. And this also comes with this book, Mystery on Constitution Island. So that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching. Please share what you are using in your 5th grade homeschool this year, or if you've used any of these curriculums, and if you like them, don't like them, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And if there's any other content you want to see, just put it down in the box below, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.